Our only task is to assess whether the deprivation decision was unlawful. We have concluded it was not, and the appeal is dismissed.
If you fall under this group of people, know that you won't get citizenship in the UK, and if you already had citizenship, it will be revoked immediately.
You know anyone who lives in the United Kingdom who is in the process of going through immigration, please kindly ensure that they watch this video because there are valuable lessons that they can learn.
Okay, gbogbo nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì mo kí wá pé àkókò bójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí èmi ọmọ yín olólùfẹ́ yín ayé ọpẹ́ yọ ṣùyọ lọ́dọ̀ sí yín náà ní agbára lọ́wọ́ àṣẹ̀dá ayé ọpẹ́ á máa yọ fún wa o lórí wa lórí ọmọ lórí ìdáwọ́lé wa láyé ọpẹ́ ló máa fi máa yọ èwo ni mo ní ká jọ gbéyẹ̀wò lọ́jọ́ títí òní gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe jọ máa ń ṣe ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré lọ wò wá let's go there.
Nigeria is damaged, irreparably damaged, and it cannot be fixed. I will not mince words. The only thing that can fix Nigeria is a reset. You can interpret that however you want to interpret it. The reason being that you have a country that have consistently elected the worst of us to lead the best of us. It's not that the best of us aren't interested in governance. No. If the best of us, if they came out today running for office, we, these same people, will abandon them at the polls. He'll probably get his one vote. That is if the card reader even acknowledges his fingerprint. We will encourage these thugs, these fraudsters. We sing their praises. We chant their names. We forget that these people don't have your best interest at heart whatsoever.
Igi àgbáyùn ṣèkìtì táwọn òyìnbó ń pè ní mulberry tree lẹ́ ń wò tó ń damira yìí tó ń tú yáyà bí ìgbà téèyàn bá sómi ẹ̀rọ lẹ̀ lábúlé Dinosa lórílẹ̀‐èdè Montenegro nígi yìí wà ìdí gan náà sì nìyẹn tí wọ́n fi ń pè ní Dinosa mulberry tree látàwọn ọdún 1990s nígi yìí ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní damira bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wò yìí ẹ̀ẹ̀kan sẹ́ẹ̀mejì lọ́dọọdún ló máa ń damira báyìí. Kí ló wá fà á téyì fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀ fún igi àgbáyùn ṣèkìtì àti pé báwo lorúkọ igi yìí ṣe jẹ́ àgbáyùn ṣèkìtì gan? Àgbáyùn ni berry ní Yorùbá torí pé èso igi yìí jẹ́ àwọn èso tíntìntín tí wọ́n sùpọ̀ mọ́ra wọn ṣèkìtì bí ẹni pé èso kan péré ni wọ́n la ṣe pé igi yìí ní àgbáyùn ṣèkìtì. Nǹkan méjì ló fà á tí igi yìí fi ń damira. Àkọ́kọ́ lohun tá à ń pè ní àmú igi táwọn olóyìnbó mọ̀ sí dendrotelmata tí mo ti ṣàlàyé nínú fọ́nrán kan ìṣáájú. Tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ rí fọ́nrán náà ẹ kọ àgà òdo #13 sábàlá àríwísí. Tí odù yìí ò bá ṣiṣẹ́ lábala àríwísí ẹ wo fọ́nrán àkọ́kọ́ tí mo fi sábàlá àríwísí tó ṣàlàyé ọ̀nà míì tẹ́ fi lè rí fọ́nrán náà. Àmú igi dendrotelmata ní ihò tó máa ń wà nínú igi látàrí pé igi náà jẹrà nínú. Ihò igi yìí láǹfààní láti pọn omi sínú látàrí òjò tàbí omi tó ń wá láti inú ilẹ̀. Ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí igi àgbáyùn ṣèkìtì Dinosa ni pé orísun omi wà lábẹ́ ilẹ̀ tó wà tómi yìí bá ti pọ̀ lápọ̀jù ló máa ń gba inú ihò igi yìí jáde síta. Àsìkò òjò tómi máa ń pọ̀ nínú ilẹ̀ lélẹ́yìí máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí igi àgbáyùn ṣèkìtì Dinosa. Sẹ́yìn náà ti rí ibi tí igi ti ń damira rí ẹ fi tó mi létí lábala àríwísí ìyẹn comment section.
Your British citizenship and passport. You think it's your right, your permanent shield, your irrevocable ticket to a life in the United Kingdom. You are wrong. Dane's using more and more. This is where you need to pay very close attention. Most people living here in the United Kingdom travel for holidays back to their home country. Some think that because they have that British passport, it's an unbreakable bond. Others go back home and, let's be blunt, do funny things. They get involved in activities they would never dare to in the UK. They believe what happens there stays there. This is a catastrophic miscalculation. The power to strip you of your citizenship is enshrined in UK law, and it has been expanding. The primary law is Section 40 of the British Nationality Act, 1981. This power was dramatically widened by the Nationality, Immigration and Asylum Act 2002, which for the first time allowed the government to strip citizenship from people born in the UK who hold dual nationality. The powers were extended again by the Immigration Act 2014 and, most chillingly, by the Nationality and Borders Act 2022. There are two main reasons you can lose your citizenship, and the first one is what caught Shamima Begum. The Home Secretary can revoke your citizenship if it is deemed conducive to the public good. This is a broad term, but it is most often used in cases related to national security. This includes terrorism. This is the most obvious one. Any involvement, support, or even glorification of terrorist activities can put you in the firing line. Espionage, spying for a foreign power, serious organized crime, involvement in drug trafficking, human trafficking, or other major criminal enterprises, war crimes, or crimes against humanity. Asterisk, hostile state activity. Asterisk, working to undermine the UK's interests on behalf of another country. Now, there's a crucial catch. The law states that the government cannot use this power if it makes the person stateless. So, how did they do it to Shamima Begum, who was born in the UK? The government successfully argued that because her parents were of Bangladeshi origin, she was eligible for Bangladeshi citizenship at the time her UK citizenship was revoked. It didn't matter that Bangladesh stated there was no question of her being allowed into the country. The theoretical possibility was enough. This creates a terrifying reality for millions of British citizens with foreign heritage. The 2021 analysis suggested that nearly 6 million people in England and Wales could be eligible to be stripped of their citizenship because they could potentially claim nationality elsewhere through their parents or grandparents. This creates a two-tier system of citizenship where naturalised citizens and those with immigrant parents have fewer rights than those without a connection to another country. And the law has become even more draconian. The Nationality and Borders Act 2022 gives the Home Office the power to revoke your citizenship without telling you. They can do this if it's not reasonably practicable to give you notice, or if it's in the interest of national security or diplomatic relations. Imagine finding out your passport is invalid only when you try to re-enter the country you call home. This isn't just a theoretical threat. While the government doesn't publish these figures regularly, research has pieced together the numbers. Since 2010, there have been at least 222 deprivation orders on public good grounds. Between 2006 and 2020, the numbers fluctuated, peaking at 148 revocations in a single year in 2017. But it's not just about national security. There is another, far more common reason people are losing their citizenship, and it has nothing to do with terrorism. Your citizenship can be revoked if it was obtained through deceit. This is where thousands of people are unknowingly at risk. This includes any instance where you have provided false information or forged documents during any stage of your immigration journey, concealed material facts, like a criminal record you didn't declare, or your true marital status, used a false identity. Unlike the public good rule, the law is much harsher here. The government is allowed to revoke citizenship on grounds of fraud, even if it renders a naturalized citizen completely stateless. Let me give you a real-world example. The case of the man identified as Ahmed. He came to the UK, secured indefinite leave to remain, and eventually citizenship. His entire claim was built on a lie. He had falsely claimed to be divorced from his wife back in Pakistan and used a relationship with an EEA national to secure his status. For years, he lived as a British citizen. But the past has a long shadow. The deception was only uncovered years later when he tried to sponsor his wife and children to join him in the UK, revealing he had used forged divorce documents and lied about his marriage. In 2019, his citizenship was revoked. He appealed, but the courts upheld the decision, stating he had dishonestly concealed the true nature of his relationship. His wife in the UK was erased because of a lie told years before. This is not an isolated incident. The government have been actively pursuing these cases. Since 2010, there have been at least 858 citizenship deprivation orders for fraud. Many of these cases involve people who lied about their nationality when claiming asylum years ago, such as Albanians who pretended to be from Kosovo in the late 1990s, only for the deception to be uncovered decades later. Let me be absolutely clear. If at any point in your journey to becoming a British citizen, from your very first visa application to your naturalisation ceremony, you lied, you concealed, or you deceived, you are sitting on a ticking time bomb. It doesn't matter if it was 5, 10, or 20 years ago. As the Ahmet case proves, the Home Office can and will act on new information, no matter how much time has passed. So, what does this mean for you? It means your citizenship is conditional. It is conditional on your good conduct, and it is conditional on the truthfulness of the information you provided to obtain it. That holiday you take back home? If you get involved in serious criminal activity or actions that could be deemed a threat to the UK, you risk being barred from returning. Your passport can be cancelled while you are abroad. That little white lie on your application form from a decade ago? If it's discovered, it could unravel your entire life here. The government's power is immense. While there is a right to appeal a revocation decision to the first-tier tribunal or the Special Immigration Appeals Commission (SIAC) for national security cases, the battle is uphill, expensive, and emotionally devastating. In the case of Shamima Begum, the courts have shown they are reluctant to interfere with the Home Secretary's decisions on national security matters. This is the new reality of British citizenship in the 21st century. The rules have changed, the powers have expanded, and the consequences are severe. This is not to scare you without reason. This is to educate you, to warn you. Your British passport is not a shield. For some, it is a fragile contract that can be torn up at any moment. If you fall under the categories we've discussed today, if you are hiding a secret from your immigration past, or if you are considering activities that could be deemed not conducive to the public good, I'll leave you with this final, chilling thought. Just know that your citizen...
A Nigerian family who has lived in the United Kingdom for more than 5 years has had their indefinite leave to remain application revoked. This common reason that caused this Nigerian family their indefinite leave to remain is something that a lot of people might not be aware of. This family, their stay in the UK, thinking that they have achieved their long-term goal. Imagine building your life in the UK for many years, only to have it fall apart because of one mistake on your application. This is exactly what happened to this Nigerian family who, as we speak today, they do not know where they stand. If they have watched a video like this, if you know anyone who lives in the United Kingdom who is in the process of going through immigration, please kindly ensure that they watch this video, because there are valuable lessons that they can learn from the story of Richard and his wife, Onome. This couple, they have 2 children. They came to the United Kingdom 5 years ago. The wife is a nurse. The husband is the wife dependent. He is an IT expert. They haven't got any problems with work. The woman, straight away, she was working in hospital in the UK. The husband, he got a job in IT. He initially got a job for 3 years working permanent. They'll have 2 children. Their children, they are under 11. This woman, everything was going well for the woman. The man, he himself, he was working and he was offered visa sponsorship, but he turned it down because his long-term plan has been
Kindly subscribe to YouTube channel and follow on Facebook page at Dr. Zabby's Talk Show.
Once he has gotten 2 to 3 years UK experience, his plan is to go and start working in contracting, doing self-employed. This man and his wife, The man, after 3 years, he started doing contracting. He was doing contracting and he was earning £500 a day is what this guy was earning doing contracting. That is one of the reasons why he said he doesn't want to work permanent, because he has got UK experience and he just focused on his contracting. This guy has 2 properties in the UK. He's doing very, very well. One day, the wife took the child to the hospital who wasn't well. The doctor gave the child prescription, said, take this child, go and get this child this prescription. The woman went to the pharmacist. When she went to the pharmacist, she showed the pharmacist the prescription, and the pharmacist said, ask her a question, do you pay for prescription? This woman said, what do you mean? The pharmacist said, well, some people are exempted from paying for prescription. For example, anyone that lives in the UK who has a child who is under 16, or anyone that that's just giving birth to baby, they do not pay for prescription in the UK. The woman naively, she said, well, I have a child who is under 12 and therefore I should not pay for prescription. The woman was given the prescription and they're given the medication, and she left. When she left, she told her husband when he came back from work that, babe, I went to the pharmacist when our daughter wasn't well, and this is what happened. The husband said, oh, you didn't pay for prescription. Okay. The husband now said, okay, we're not supposed to pay for a prescription anyway because we are living and working in the UK. The husband called his friend over the weekend. He was chatting with his friend, a Nigerian who has been in the UK for many years, and he said, bro, I go see the doctors last week. I didn't, my wife went to see the doctor and she didn't pay for prescription. That guy immediately said to this brother, look, you need to go back to that pharmacist and tell the pharmacist that your wife made a mistake, that you're not supposed to pay for prescription. You're supposed to pay for prescription. The guy now asked his friend, why? Richard asked his friend, why? We're working in the UK. We're not supposed to pay for prescription. I am a high earner. I earn £500 a day. I pay more than £25,000 on a tax. It's a lot. The guy now said, no, you are not supposed to pay. You're supposed to pay for prescription because you have no recourse to public fund on your visa. This Richard is somebody who has been described that, according to the wife said the husband always claimed to know more than anyone. The friend advised, this friend has lived in the UK for more than 15 years. He advised Richard, go back to the pharmacist, tell them you made a mistake, pay for the prescription because you're not supposed to. The guy argued. The guy told his friend that he has gone to research it, and he has realized that he is not supposed to pay for prescription. They argue. The friend, him and the friend, that thing almost caused quarrel for Richard and his friend. The next time the wife went there, Richard then told the wife that he shouldn't mind his friend, that they're not supposed to pay for a prescription because they are working in the UK and the wife is working as a nurse. The wife agreed to the husband. The wife who contacted him said she had reservation because when she told a couple of their friends, they said, no, you have no recourse to public fund on your visa. You are not, you're supposed to pay for prescription. But every time the woman brings the matter home, the husband always claims that he knows too much and he believes that he is right. According to him, he's done his research. He is not supposed to pay for any prescription in the UK because he is working and paying taxes. That was fine. Meanwhile, Richard and his friend who has lived in the UK and advised him that this thing you're doing, bro, is going to cause trouble for you. He stopped talking to that friend completely. This was the same friend in the beginning who advised him about coming to the UK, who guided him through the process. This matter caused trouble for Richard and his friend. They stopped talking to his friend completely because he thinks that his friend doesn't know. He knows, he has done all the research. He moved. My brother submitted his application for indefinite leave to remain. Haven't lived in the UK for more than 5 years. This is a guy who has 2 houses in the UK. He earns £500 a day doing contracting work for all over the places. He's very, very good IT guy, and he's paying a lot of money on taxes. That is why he is insisting that he is not supposed to pay for prescription, because he's earning money and he's paying taxes in the UK. He submitted the application. When he submitted the application was taking time. The application was submitted, it's more than 6-7 months. Application still hasn't come. When the guy waited, he finally got his indefinite leave to remain outcome last week. The Home Office told him that he has been refused because of he has no recourse to public home and he has been getting medication free without paying. The guy was shocked that the medication that I got long time ago, this is something that happened long time ago. The medication that I got, he was shocked that this thing show up. Okay, do I have the option now of paying for the medication? No option. He has been refused indefinite leave to remain. This is a guy who is due for indefinite leave to remain. He has lived here. This is a guy that he was offered visa sponsorship. He turned it down because he wanted to remain as the dependent so that he can continue to work, agency work, and make a lot of money. He has done very well for himself, but now his visa application has been refused. I know another person who did not pay for train, and this guy, because he did not pay for train, that alone, it was refused when he applied for indefinite leave to remain. Simple things like not paying for train, this guy was refused his application. The question I am asking is, this story is a tough reminder that even the smartest mistake can destroy years of hard work and sacrifice. But the question I'm asking, do you think that it is fair that somebody who worked, paid taxes in the UK, pay more than £25,000 a year, is not allowed, is refused his application because he did not pay for prescription? Do you think this is fair? Do you think that this guy should have listened to his friend and do what his friend suggested and pay? Remember, the prescription that we are talking about is only £12. Only £12. That is all this guy needs to pay for the medication that he got. But because the guy refused advice, he was advised, and because of that, this guy has now been refused. There are 5 main reasons why the Home Office will refuse you indefinite leave to remain. And if you're watching this now, make sure you take this down. The first reason is deception. False. If the Home Office believe that your application, there's any evidence of deception or false document, they are not going to refuse, they're going to refuse it. The second one is criminality. And this one is the most important one, what they call good character. Good character is not defined, it's subjective, but you have to pass that before they grant your application. The third one is failure to meet specific rules. You are in the UK, but you don't stay in the UK. All those will count when you are applying for your application. Fraud is a big one. Fraud is a big one. And failure to meet specific route requirement is another reason. If you take those 5 reasons down, if you're applying or you know anybody that is applying for indefinite leave to remain, kindly ensure that they take these 5 reasons down. Deception, criminality, good character, failure to meet specific route requirement, and overseas absence and lack of continuous residence in the UK. Fraud and proud misrepresentation. These are the reasons that Home Office, they are refusing people indefinite leave to remain. Somebody that did not pay train ticket was refused indefinite leave to remain 2 weeks ago. Do you think it's fair? This story is a painful reminder that everything that you have worked for, as when you are under immigration control, you can blow it up with one silly mistake. A brother who was earning £500 a day, because he did not want to pay £12 for his prescription, his indefinite leave to remain is being refused. And this guy is now in limbo. Do you think it's fair? Leave your comment in the comment section whether you think that this is fair. For somebody who worked and paid taxes in the UK should be denied the right to stay in the UK because he did not pay £12. Share this video with anyone that you know is going through immigration control. Don't forget to give the
tell your papa country hard. Tell your papa people they die. Tell your papa this one don't pass jaga yama wuru ojoro mago where the mago dance.
Mo rò pé gbogbo wa láti rí nǹkan tá gbé wá lọ́jọ́ títí òní. Báwo lẹ ṣe rí sí lọ́jọ́ títí yín? Tó bá jẹ́ nígbà àkọ́kọ́ tẹ̀yin ṣe máa darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ìkànnì aláyọ̀ yìí, ẹ bá wa fi kọ́mẹ̀ntì tí yín sílẹ̀, ẹ má gbàgbé láti bá wa subscribe, ẹ má gbàgbé láti bá wa share sí àwọn ẹlòmíì. Ìjà kọ́, báwo la fẹ́ bọ́ nínú oko ẹrú? Ó ní gbogbo èyí tá à ń ṣe yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run, lágbára lọ́wọ́ àṣẹ̀dá, a máa bọ́ nínú ẹ̀. Ó ń ṣọmọ olókùú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, a ní sí pẹ̀lú òkú ẹ̀. Ìgbà wo ni èmi ò mọ̀, àkókò wo ni èmi ò lè sọ. Bọ̀ kí ni mo mọ̀ pé a máa bọ́ nínú oko ẹrú, tàbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ a máa bọ́ nínú oko ẹrú. Èmi náà ni ọmọ yín, olólùfẹ́ yín, ààyè ọ̀pẹ̀yọ̀ tó yọ lọ́dọ̀ títí yín náà. Ire o, ire gbàngbà, ire pàkìtì, ire o. Bye for now.